Hey guys, it's Megumin here. In today's video I want to talk about shards and just give you a quick rundown about what shards you should focus on and for which character, which element is the best. So let's get right into it. By the way, this was normally part of a multiple part video series where I also want to talk about elemental weapons and stuff like that and future upcoming characters. So this videos will come later. I just want to get this video out before the shards drop tomorrow. So just have an idea where you should put stuff into. So if you don't want to miss out the other videos, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and you will always be up to date with all Konofan and the newest and hottest guides out there. So let's get started. I just go through every character. I also have some notes on the side, so I probably have less stuttering and stuff, so I hope this helps you all out with understanding me. But let's get started with Kazuma. One thing I want to say first. All of this comes down to A, how much shots you have, B, which units you have, and C, which elements you want to focus on. So, for example, if you say you want to focus on Fire Arena and you have all the fire units, maybe focus on fire first, even though there are other elements that could be better on a character. Because if you have the one target, you should probably focus on that. If you like just want to rank general the best, I think this guide should help you out. One big thing I want to say first also is shard cost scales exponentially. So the first stage costs 10 shards, then we have 15, so slow start, 20, 25, 30, after it goes up quicker, 40, 50, and the last one is 80. And I know a lot of people want to say, oh yeah, go for the full 8 because you get 3% damage on every element. And while this can be good, especially for whales, or like low spenders or people who just don't have that much shards, I think the biggest focus might be probably either this stage or this one. So this one here gives physical and magical attack, plus 10 points per element, so up to a total of 40 physical attack or magical attack, which can be really valuable. So keep in mind these stats are also really good, not only the 3% damage boost. Best shot is probably go for this one. 40, so that's like 40 plus 30 and everything else is like around 120 or so shots, I think. So probably go this. Like this stage just gives you HP and 1 speed. Don't get me wrong, 1 speed is good and it's valuable, but there are rarely arenas where like, oh yeah, the 1 speed you could have versus not have made the difference here between a strat works or not. There will be some high-end strats where this could be the case, but like most of the time, this stuff doesn't matter, so probably like go for these ones first for like 1 and 2 elements. After you've done the important elements for a character, you can then start to fill out the 80s here before going for the lower tier elements per character. Okay, first up, Kazuma. We already have like 2 really good Kazumas, which are single Kazuma and Fes Kazuma. The highest priority I think should probably be single Kazuma, so focus into Water Wind first. Because he will have the longest standing power. Lightning seems pretty good for Kazuma right now, but we know in probably around worst case 6 months, I'd say, we have a next collab with Railgun. So that's the point where Fes Kazuma just dies. Not gonna lie, you won't see any use anymore. So it would be a good short-term investment, I guess, but for long term, I think it's better to focus on Wind Water first. And after that, I would probably suggest to go for Dark and Neutral damage. First up, Einzelgon Kazuma will drop, and he's a pretty good physical unit, not gonna lie, for Dark. Dark will probably still be mages, but if you don't pull Einzelgon and you have this Kazuma, Dark would be really good. Also, all his ultis are neutral damage, so neutral damage for his ulti is also pretty good, I guess. So these are my recommendations. As I said, take them with a grain of salt, do whatever you want, that's just my suggestions with my experience. For Aqua, I think it's pretty obvious, focus on Wind Water first, just because Fes Aqua is so good, and she will be there for a while, 100%. Second option is, it's a bit harder, like right now, probably Light Fire for Danmachi Aqua, but then again, when Overlord drops, we have Shell here, so Aqua will only be like a slot 4 unit to come in, do 2-3 skills, and maybe get 1 ulti off and feint, so it could be some damage investment, but not so sure. The only other option though would be Earth Lightning. Don't ever do Dark and Neutral unless you have every other thing max, because it's not worth it. She has no neutral ulti, she has no neutral character, she has no neutral skills besides like one 3-star. She hasn't had yet a Dark unit in JP anyway, so if you want to say, yeah, I want to go for second Ani Aqua or like increase the damage of my Halloween Aqua if Halloween ever drops, you can go for Earth Lightning as well, but I just think still go Fire Light is probably the best option. For Megumin, it should be pretty obvious as well. Her best units are Fire and Lightning units. We will get a Shelter Megumin, which is also Fire Light, so go Fire Light, it's the best one. And if we look at future units for Megumin, her best units will be Lightning and Earth. It will take a while until they drop, don't get me wrong. It's just like really late. Like third Halloween, we get a pretty good Earth Megumin, and from the Raygun color, we get an Electro Megumin. But these Megumins are good and probably the best ones out there. Like Water Megu, you probably don't need the shots. Same with Wind Megu. You will never use Cafe Megu anyway, besides as a passive trade. You could in theory go with Dark for like the Bikini Megumin we should get rid of soonish, but I don't know yet how good she will be in global. In JP she was like used 2-3 times, but not too much, so I think Earth Lightning still is the safest bet. If you want to risk it, go, I guess, Lightning, and for the bonus bonk damage, because it matters not. Darkness, also pretty obvious. Her best unit is Fes, and Fes will die soonish with Sheltier, but one of the next best Darkness will be her Rapper outfit, which is Fire, so still probably go Fire Light. And the second option then, or first, depending how you want to do it, should probably be Dark Neutral. There will be an Albedo Darkness, which is also Dark, so bonus damage there. Her ulti 2, her best ulti, one of her best ultis, is also neutral damage, so you just increase the damage there as well. So either go with Lightning, Fire, or go neutral Dark. I think both are valid options. You should do one on the other second. No other stuff needed. There's, I think, one decent Electro Darkness that was like used 2 times as a slot 4 or 3 times, but then again, it's not worth it, and the other elements are whatever too, so yeah. Chris, everyone knows about Fes Chris. I think if you don't know about her, Fes Chris will come. She will be the best unit in the game, or one of the best units, so go for that. Water Wind also benefits of her current Ninja Chris, because she's water and she will stay in water for a while, so 100% best shot for Chris. When you're done with Water Wind, I think the second best option is probably Earth Lightning. We already have Bikini Chris, which is still decently good. You can use her, especially if you miss Fast Chris for Earth, she can still be good. And the next best Chris we probably get is the Lightning Chris we get with Darkness Lightning unit, so that's probably the second one I would go with. Nothing more. This is kind of interesting. Her best unit currently is still probably Xmas. Like, you can use Fest, but do you really use Silver Stars like once or twice ever? Probably not, so I think the best thing you can do is actually invest in the future. We should get new UWIS in 2 months or so, I think was the information we have. Probably, I assume, don't cancel me next time. So, go into Wind. Well, go into Water Wind. It also benefits of Fest, so that's the best option. You can probably go with her. If you panic, you don't get her, or if you're just like, oh yeah, I have Xmas with and she's still so good, second best option is probably also still just Firelight. Earth will take a while until she comes. Dark will never see use. Electro don't see use, or doesn't even have Electro, I don't know. But like, Wind best, Fire/Light second best option, so go with whatever you want. I suggest Wind, Water, but it's up to you. Union is kind of hard, because Union has actually a lot of good units and will get a lot of good units. Normally I would say go with Light, but with Sheltier and Horizon, Light probably falls off soonish for her. So the current best units we have of her are is a Dark unit, so Dark could be really good. With the Raygun color, she will also get a really good Earth unit where she can use. We also have School Union at the moment, so If you don't have Fes Kazuma, I think you should probably go with Earth Lightning, which is also a good investment. If you have Yukata Union, maybe even go Dark, because she will be a staple for Dark Arena for a long time, trust me. So it's hard to recommend one of those, but I suggest go with one or the other. Though keep in mind for second Ani, we will get a new Fes Union, which is light, and if she drops, you probably want her light max, so depending on how much shots you have and get until that point, maybe invest a little bit into Dark, a little bit into Earth Lightning, and then just start building up that light damage for when Fes drops, because you don't want to miss out on a maxed Fes Union. She's really good. Iris is actually hard because we don't have a proper Iris. The best Irises we currently have is probably Water with Valentine, and we will get a better Water Xmas Iris. They are good slot 4s, but besides that, nothing. We have the one Wind Iris that you can also use as slot 4 or 5, which is decent but not like good. The next really good Iris will be Fast Iris together with Union, so she will also be light. So if you use one of the others, maybe go a little bit into Water Wind and then just start building up those light shards so you prepared for her when she drops. Cecily is also really interesting because so far she was a pretty decent, sometimes meh unit, but with her ulti 2 probably coming soonish and stuff, she will see a lot of rise, and with her new Electro unit probably also coming soon. So I would suggest go into Electro Earth first, and after that, or like a little bit later, go fully into Water Wind, simply because Ulti 2 will be really good. As I said, Ulti 2 version 2, and for 2.25 we will get a Fast Cecily, which is Water, and you also want to have her maxed by then, if possible. So these are my recommendations here, yeah. Aura is pretty simple. The only good auras we have are Dark. Like, we currently use normal Dark, we use her a little bit in Light, but there she also probably falls off soonish, besides like one arena or two. The next best Aura will be Fes Aura with Cecily, so 2.25. So go into Dark, and once you're done with Dark, probably go into Fire Light, because the second best element will be Light, the moment she gets her ulti 2 version 2, and her Halloween unit in that regard together, and yeah, all I can say about her, these are the best elements. Next one is Mitsurugi. He's also like a little bit harder, but I would suggest go with Fire Light, because this new fire unit tempo will be really good. You can even use the snow unit to great success, so that's the best bet. After that, it's probably just Earth Lightning, because you will get a casual outfit, whereas Earth, you can use him there, but not too much use. And Lightning is probably the best future suggestions we have, because maybe for third Ani we get an Electro Mitsurugi Fest, and then you probably want to have him. You can also go with his neutral damage for his ulti damage, but then again, I'm not so sure. I think probably these two are his best bets. Otherwise, by the way, if you don't use Mitsurugi, you can just keep the shards for now and don't use them until you need it. Like, the moment you start using one of these characters, that's the point you should probably use the shards and just keep them before, because if you don't have a unit, or like a new unit drops but you don't pull it, there's no reason to invest into this element unless you actually get a unit. So probably just keep the shards for him, and the moment you have a unit for him and you want to use it, use him. Or just exchange the shards to Adventurer Shards so you can use them for collab characters or other characters. That's also what I would suggest with Dust. You won't get any good unit. There will be like a Battle Dust in Dark where it's like decently usable, but the only really good unit will be his Fast unit, but that's 2.75, so still a long way to go for global, so probably just exchange them. Kinda the same with Rin. We have a pretty good Lightning Rin that we get soon, that she's some use but not too much. There will also be a School Rin in the future, which is light, but also like 1-2 arenas before she's gone, because then Fest drops and bye-bye. And then the next big one will be her Fest unit. So keep the shards, exchange them maybe for Adventurer Shards, or if you like, you get the Lightning Rin, probably go Lightning. The moment you get Light Rin and you want to use her, maybe invest a little bit there, but not too much, and then start saving into those wind shots. Leah should be pretty obvious with the newest unit. The best Leah we currently have is Maid Leah, and she will be meta for a long time, so probably go Fire Light. There will be a Light Rin Leah coming soon as well, so good for that. The second best Leah we will get in a long time will be Casual Leah, together with Casual Mitsurugi, which is Wind. And she's actually really good. Don't underestimate her. She's really, really good, thanks to her team wind damage. I think that's the second best option. You also push water with that for Fes, which should drop around 2.5 Ani. So that's a good investment for the future as well. So probably fire into water wind. Cielo, she's kind of whatever. If you want to go short term, maybe also go fire light for her school unit. You can also maybe use Maid Cielo, but probably not. And her next best unit will just be her first unit. If you're still a user of Electro Cielo, so her idle outfit, and if you don't get the new Cecily, Snow Cecily for Electro, you can probably use her, and maybe it's good then to invest into Electro, but again, save those unless you really need her, or maybe wait for the Cecily pulse and then either invest into Lightning or just exchange them or start investing into either Firelight or just Water Wind. Erika is pretty obvious as well. She's currently part of the Water Trio, so you really want to push those Water Wind shots. After Water Wind, you probably want to invest into Fire Lightning. Not like she will get a really good Lightning unit. There will be a Halloween unit for her, which is Lightning, but it's not good. She will also get like an Earth unit that you use once or twice, but not too good. So I think also here the best you can do is start investing Fire for her idle outfit. That's the best future-proof thing you can do. Melissa is pretty simple actually. We have Onsen Melissa, which is stable for a long time, so go into those Earth Lightning shots. She will get an Electro unit in the future as well, which is pretty decent. After that, you should probably go into Dark Neutral, because her ultis are Dark and Neutral. You actually use Onsen Melissa in some Dark units in the Dark Arenas in the future, thanks to her ulti too. So boosting that damage, it's pretty good. And it will also be an investment for future Fes Melissa we probably eventually get. Maybe actually third Ani, we'll see. Mia is kind of mixed again. Her currently best units are probably her Ainu, so Fire and Pyjama. I think go with Fire Light, because she will also get a new Light unit that you maybe use once or twice. And her Light is probably just the best. After that, you should probably go into Dark Neutral. Burst up, her ulti 2 is neutral damage, so that helps her there. Then Dark for her Pyjama unit. Or if you want to go like really, really long term, go Earth Lightning, but I'm not suggesting that. Like, she will get a Halloween Lightning unit, but you don't use it for like anything besides Perma-Dungeon or so not really worth it. Amy is also a character that is kind of dead. Once Overlord drops, her Dark unit will be gone. She will get actually one Electro unit in the future that is decently, but Cecily is just better. She will also get another Dark unit that's pretty good, so the best thing you can probably do is Dark. But to be honest, just exchange them for not neutral shots. You don't use them. Also, you can only exchange 15 shots per month for 5 Adventurer Shards, so you don't lose too much if you just exchange them every month. And just use whatever is left over then to actually push her eventually. When you use her, just as I said before. Comico is also like a little bit harder. If you want to go short term, probably Fire Lightning, because her OT unit is still usable in Magical Fire arenas. The moment we actually switch to full physical fire, she's pretty much dead. I mean, you can use her fire, it's cool, but it works. The second best option, which I will personally do, is just Dark Neutral, because the best unit probably will be her Valentine's unit. You might think she's just a passive trait, but she's actually a really good slot 4 unit to come in Her first skill is like magic attack up, and the second skill consumes Scourge to just deal a massive nuke, and if that crits, that's like a high score run, top 10 or something like that. So that's probably best, and the second option then after that would just be Earth Lightning, I guess. Water Comico is really just a passive trade and doesn't do too much damage, so ignore that. There will be a Summer Comico which can actually do pretty crazy damage in Earth. That's why I say Earth Lightning, and of course Halloween Comico in the future with Halloween Aqua as the lightning damage dealers for AoE arenas, but that's future stuff. That's why I say go with Dark and probably just exchange everything else, not gonna lie. Meru should also be pretty easy. Earth Lightning, 100%. She's one of the best lightning units we have and will have for a long time. The other units she gets are kinda meh, like you don't use them normally. The best you can probably do is Dark Neutral, because she will also get a maid outfit and she will see a little use in Dark, I guess. And neutral damage in case you actually use her ever off element with ulti 2. If we actually get a really good Meru, then we use off element. I'll let you guys know and change that, but for now, we don't have anything. Same thing with Vanir, his OG unit is probably his best unit ever. So just go into Earth. We will get 2 other decently Vanirs, I guess. One is New Year Vanir, Win, but he also sees like 1-2 arenas and then he's gone. That would fit in though with Casino Vanir, but also never saw much use, so you can cope invest into that. I don't suggest so. His other good unit is actually Fiato Vanir. As I said, I will talk about all the units in a separate video, so remember to like and subscribe. So that's also good with Earth Electro, so yeah, just go Earth Electro. If you want, go a little bit into Water Wind, and after that, either just save or go towards Fire for his Bikini unit, but it's also not too good. Like, it's hard to choose what to do after a second element, so probably just keep the Shards, and the moment you use him in any other element besides Earth or Lightning, you can then start to use your Shards. Last permanent character I want to talk about is Elisa. She's not yet here in Global, but the moment she drops, she will start with a Fire unit, so go into Fire. As you can see here, the second option is really hard. She will get a really good Water unit as a Bikini unit, which will be part of the new Water trio, so go into that, I guess. She will also get a really good Halloween unit, which is a really good Earth unit, so also Earth. That's why I'm a little bit split here, but I think priority should be Fire. After Fire, go Water, and after Water, go Earth. It's the best priority. Last thing to talk about are collab characters. They use especially collab shards or the Adventurer Shards. You get collab shards from actually pulling a collab character. Probably don't use shards on them unless they're like really good. So for example, you see I invest a little bit into Belle. I actually fully upgraded Ice, but it was only later. I also like only partially upgraded her actually. So maybe if we use them for a while, you can use like the 3-4 on them. That's good. The first big one should be Einzelgon. Make him 8 out of 8. He's worth it. He will be there for a long time. Albedo's whatever. Shell tier is pretty good for light, but only like for a few months. So not sure if you should fully invest it. As a whale, probably. As a free-to-play, don't. Like also like 2, 3, 4 stages. Maybe that's it. The next big one will be Misaka from the Raygun collab. You should probably push her. Kuroko will also be used for a while. But not for too long. As you can see, she's not 8 out of 8 on my side, so probably also invest a little bit on her, but like the big focus should be Misaka and also Accelerator. These are the big ones. Clone is whatever. Now Fumi is like cool for 1 or 2 fun fire ult spam arenas, nothing too crazy. Raftalia was also like good for 1 or 2 arenas, and after that she's gone. Same with Philo, she's the welfare. To be honest, probably just skip them. It's not worth it. The currently newest collab we have before the newest collab, which is Jobless Reincarnation and Worship Potentially. I have a video out on that as well on my channel, so check it out. Was actually Bofuri. And here again, best unit, hands down, is Maple. She's really, really strong. She's one of the best collab units we have, in my opinion. Sally is fun to use, but Cecily is just a better Sally, so she's good for like 1 or 2 arenas. I'm a whale, so I invested into her. Don't do this as a free-to-play. It's not worth it probably. Keep your shots for other collab characters, and she's whatever. But yeah, there we have it. Every character, which elements you should focus on. As I said, if you're really curious on which characters come in your future, there will be another video or like a whole video series where I also talk about elemental weapons, by the way, and which ones you should get. So stay tuned for that. I hope I get it out next week, though no guarantees. If this video helped you out, please remember to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in comments down below. Please also share this video with other Konosuba players, because I hope it's really helpful. And yeah, wish you all a nice day and see you all next week. Until then, bye bye.